He is known for being an English philosopher, jurist, and social reformer. He is recognized for founding modern utilitarianism and defining the principle of the greatest happiness of the greatest number. His name is Jeremy Bentham. In the bustling streets of 18th-century London, a brilliant mind emerged, challenging the norms and paving the way for a new era of philosophy. Jeremy Bentham, an English philosopher and social reformer, would become known as the founder of modern utilitarianism. With his unwavering belief in the principle that it is the greatest happiness of the greatest number that is the measure of right and wrong, Bentham's influence would shape the course of philosophy, law, and society. As a radical thinker, Bentham championed individual and economic freedoms, advocating for the separation of church and state, freedom of expression, and equal rights for women. He fearlessly called for the abolition of slavery, capital punishment, and physical punishment, recognizing the inherent cruelty and injustice they perpetuated. Bentham's ideas extended even to the rights of animals, earning him the reputation as an early advocate of animal rights. Despite his relentless pursuit of justice and progress, Bentham did not shy away from criticizing the flaws within the legal system. He vehemently opposed the notion of natural law and natural rights, dismissing them as nonsense upon stilts. His sharp critiques and unwavering dedication to reform influenced the transformation of prisons, schools, poor laws, and even the very foundations of Parliament itself. Bentham's impact extended far beyond his lifetime. Upon his death in 1832, he left explicit instructions for his body to be dissected and preserved as an auto-icon, a lasting symbol of his legacy. Today, visitors can marvel at this remarkable sight displayed at the entrance of the Student Centre at University College London, a testament to the intellectual prowess and unwavering spirit of a man who forever changed the course of philosophy and social reform. Jeremy Bentham, a child prodigy with a sharp intellect, was born into a wealthy family in London in the mid-18th century. From a young age, he showed a remarkable aptitude for learning, devouring books on history and mastering the violin. His brilliance led him to attend Westminster School and later the Queen's College, Oxford, where he excelled academically and obtained his bachelor's degree. While Bentham trained to become a lawyer and was even called to the bar, he grew increasingly frustrated with the convoluted nature of English law. He referred to it as the demon of chicane, a term that encapsulated the complexity and confusion he encountered. This dissatisfaction with the legal system would shape his future pursuits. It was during this time that Bentham found himself involved in a significant event in history. In 1776, when the American colonies declared their independence, the British government sought to counter their political philosophy. They commissioned lawyer and pamphleteer John Lynd to publish a response. Bentham, a friend of Lynd, contributed an essay titled Short Review of the Declaration, which not only criticized but also ridiculed the Americans' ideas. Jeremy Bentham, a prominent philosopher and social reformer of the 18th century, had a vision for a revolutionary prison system known as the panopticon. This concept aimed to create a more efficient and cost-effective prison by implementing a circular building at the center of a larger compound. Bentham believed that a small number of managers could oversee the activities of a large workforce, including prisoners. In his letters to his father, Bentham outlined his ideas for the panopticon, which included the concept of contract management. He proposed that the director of the prison would have a financial stake in reducing mortality rates, making the system more accountable and effective. Bentham's goal was to create a prison that required fewer staff and would cost nothing to the nation. He boldly declared, "Allow me to construct a prison on this model, I will be the jailer. You will see that the jailer will have no salary, will cost nothing to the nation." According to Bentham's design, the watchman in the panopticon would not be visible to the prisoners at all times. This allowed for a more economical use of staff, as the prisoners themselves would be responsible for watching and monitoring each other. Additionally, Bentham proposed that the prisoners be employed in menial labor tasks, such as spinning looms or running water wheels. This would not only reduce the cost of the prison but also provide a potential source of income. Although Bentham's proposal for the panopticon prison in England never materialized, the concept had a profound influence on future generations. French philosopher Michel Foucault, in the 20th century, regarded the panopticon as a paradigmatic example of disciplinary institutions of the 19th century. Despite its failure, Bentham remained bitter about the rejection of his panopticon scheme, believing that it was thwarted by the king and an aristocratic elite. Bentham's innovative ideas and determination to reform the prison system reflected his broader arguments for social change. His concept of the panopticon highlighted the importance of accountability, efficiency, and the need to challenge vested interests for the greater public good. Although the panopticon may not have become a reality, Bentham's philosophy and ideas continue to inspire critical thinking and reform efforts in various aspects of our daily lives. Jeremy Bentham, a renowned philosopher of the 18th century, was not only known for his groundbreaking ideas but also for his extensive correspondence with influential figures of his time. One such correspondence was with the esteemed economist Adam Smith, although their attempts to find common ground on the subject of interest rates proved unsuccessful. During the tumultuous years of the French Revolution, Bentham found himself engaged in a lively exchange of ideas with prominent leaders like Mirabeau. His criticisms of the revolutionary discourse of natural rights and the subsequent violence that erupted after the Jacobins took power showcased his outspoken nature. In recognition of his contributions, Bentham was even granted honorary citizenship in France. In the early 19th century, Bentham formed a personal friendship with the Latin American revolutionary Francisco de Miranda. They exchanged thoughts and ideas, with Bentham even visiting Miranda's residence in Grafton Way, London. It was during this time that Bentham also established connections with José Cecilio del Valle, further expanding his network of influential acquaintances. In 1821, Bentham was approached by John Cartwright, who proposed that they become the guardians of constitutional reform. This group of 7 wise men would provide reports and observations that would benefit the entire democracy of the United Kingdom. Despite being mentioned alongside notable figures such as Sir Francis Burdett, George Ensor, and Sir Matthew Wood, Bentham modestly described himself as a nonentity and declined the offer. Throughout his life, Jeremy Bentham's correspondence and interactions with various intellectuals and revolutionaries shaped his philosophy and influenced his ideas. As Bentham himself once said, "My life will recur in exactly identical fashion," highlighting the interconnectedness of his experiences and the profound impact they had on his thinking.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.